Hi guys, my name is Victoria Hahn and this is episode 8 of Get Your Buzz On. We're actually at Loyalty Homes and I just wanted to go over what's the difference between Bundle B Insurance and the carrier you're with, like Farmers, State Farm, or Allstate. We have 80 different options, so we are a brokerage. So instead of having to stick with one company, you have 80 different options. So give us a call and we're like the Priceline of insurance. Hi guys, welcome to episode 8 of Get Your Buzz On. We have special guests.
Hi, I'm Alfonso Fuentes, listing agent for Loyalty Homes and a realtor here in El Paso, Texas.
So he actually popped the bottle for us beforehand, so.
I had no idea. I jumped the gun, guys. I'm sorry. I got excited, so I already opened the bottle. It's a Jack bottle, of course. And of course, we have some Coke, some Jack and Coke today.
So he's actually, I might not make it through the end of this, just depending on how this goes. So cheers.
To that. Cheers to that.
Oh my God.
You guys will find out why this is my favorite drink when I fly.
Well, I'm gonna literally, by the end of this, I'll probably be drunk, but it's okay. That's the whole point of it. So tell us about yourself.
So I like I said, I'm the listing agent here for Loyalty Homes. I'm also a realtor here in El Paso, Texas. I'm from El Paso, Texas, and I take a lot of pride in being from El Paso, Texas. Born and raised here, grew up in the Lower Valley, served in the military for a little bit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was in the reserves, Army Reserves for 10 years. And yeah, no, I love El Paso and I love selling homes. That's what I do as my profession.
So how'd you get into the business?
So the way I got into the business is very funny. I used to work at Verizon before, and you know him, Manny Carrera.
Mm-hmm.
I looked up to him. We worked at Verizon together. We were actually both managers at a time at Verizon, and he was in Miami and I was in North Carolina. And so when I came back to El Paso, I was still at Verizon. And I would see that Manny got into real estate, and I would always see his videos.
Yeah.
I would always see his videos, and I would always think, damn, that's really cool. Like, seems like he's having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Seems like at the time, you know, like, oh my God, it's so much money and stuff. And I was kind of tired of being at Verizon. Had been there since 2012. This is 2018, so I was already kind of like tired of working there.
Yeah.
And I would just see that, so I would look up to his videos, and then I was also friends with another realtor, Jesus Villanueva.
Okay,
So
I love him too.
I'll shout him out. He's a really good friend of mine as well. And I would just ask him like, hey, like, what do you guys do? Like, I was so curious about it, and then the videos made me even more curious. And then one day, it all happened very fast. I was working at Verizon. Somebody named Mr. Ponce from Saratoga came into my Verizon office with another person. His name's Troy. They were buying a phone, and I would always ask realtors, like Vidal Adame is another realtor that came into the store, and I would ask him, hey, how do I get my license? Like, I'm so interested in it. And they would tell me, but the difference was that I asked the Saratoga person that, and he's like, well, you don't need a license with us. And I was like, wait, what? Like, say no more.
You're like, sign me up.
Yeah, I was like, sign me up. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, with us, you don't need you can sell houses and you need a license. So I said, all right, cool. Let me print out my resume. I gave it to them over the counter, and they called me right back. And so I started the business different as a builder's rep.
How long were you at Saratoga?
I was there for 8 months, and that doesn't seem like a lot, but they call Saratoga the real estate boot camp.
It is.
So, I mean, everybody in the business that started there has done pretty well. I mean, most of them, they've gone on to do big things. So when, it's really, really good training.
Yeah.
And so like 8 months doesn't seem like a lot, but it was, like they say in dog years, it was a lot in Saratoga years.
Well, because you're working every day of the week, you've got meetings and stuff, and they really do train you.
Meetings Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
Oh my gosh.
And you have to be there. You have to be wearing like tie, suit, everything. Super strict. You can't be late. They'll fire you in a heartbeat.
Oh my gosh.
But it makes you really good.
It does, and it probably keeps you up to your A game too, because you're like, okay, if I can handle this, then I can do real estate, you know?
Yeah.
So what brought you to make that transition from builder rep to realtor?
Well, I saw the potential in the difference, because as a builder's rep, you could only sell one thing. Mm-hmm. That's it. You could only sell Saratoga, and I work for multiple builders. I work for Saratoga, I've worked for BIC, I worked for Point, and now I'm the listing agent for Loyalty Homes. And I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It helped me out a lot when it comes to new homes. But it feels like instead of just selling, you say you're selling ice cream, right? And you can only sell vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
As a realtor, you can sell every single kind of ice cream there is, sherbet, chocolate, whatever. That's what I can correlate it. As a realtor, I can fully help my clients, whether it be a new home, a resale, a commercial, or if they want to do a flip, I can help them out with whatever.
So how has it been? Well, now you're in the transition, you're a listing agent for a builder. How has that transition gone for you?
It's gone pretty good, and I feel like Saratoga gave me the foundation.
Yeah.
Because it is a new home builder, and that's how I started. So I did have that foundation set, and so that's why I feel like it's pretty good that I'm a listing agent and I'm trying to promote my builder now, which is Loyalty Homes.
Yeah. So what's the difference between Loyalty Homes in comparison to, because there's a ton of great builders out here in El Paso. We actually have a really talented bunch. What makes them so different from everyone else?
So like I said, I worked with a bunch of builders, and every builder builds differently. I started off at Saratoga, I was at Big, at Point, and they all build really good. With Loyalty, what I love though, that it's a more personalized product. For instance, Mr. Loy, who's a builder, he's been in the business for 4 years, which doesn't seem like a lot, but he's been building homes for over 30 years. Okay. So he has his own company now, but he has a lot of experience with that. And with us, we're a more personalized product where we'll meet up with the client. It's the builder that's meeting up with the client, okay? And then we give them a bunch of options, a bunch of things that other builders consider upgrades. They come standard with us. And if they want to build a fully custom product, it's something that we can do.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
I love that, because when you have a track builder, this is the house, and you can't really do a lot of changes on it. With us, we're very open. It takes us maybe 6 months to build a home, but we get everything right with our clients. We meet with them, we sit down with them, and we help them find their dream home and make it. And we're very flexible. Mr. Loy not only does the color selection, but he also does the walkthroughs with the clients, which is very rare. Usually you deal with a construction manager, you deal with somebody like that. With us, it's the actual builder, Mr. Loy.
Oh, that's awesome. So where do you guys get most of your clients? Or
So of course you have the walk-ins. Of course you have appointments that you set up, because you have to be posting on social media tremendously. We have to. I'm trying to put the word out there, because Loyalty isn't that big of a name yet.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to expose everybody to it. So social media is a big thing, and I always believe, and I learned this when I started, that realtors are your best friend.
Yeah.
A lot of people see realtors as their competition, but I see them as like, no, I want them, because I don't have their clients. Bring their clients to my builder. Like, let's work hand in hand. And a lot of people don't see it like that, but I do. So I really work hard on becoming friends with a lot of the realtors in El Paso, and building those relationships.
And you're a friendly guy, so
Yeah.
it makes people want to say, hey, like if I have somebody that's looking to do a custom builder, they'll probably go to you, because like I said, you're a pretty likable guy. So I think everyone really gets along with you, and that helps out. Because like you said, we're all in it together. There's tons of opportunity everywhere.
Especially here in El Paso.
Oh yeah, and I think it's great that you're able to help each other out. And what I was talking to Heather with, actually, is that it's nice because you build a connection of people that you didn't know
Before, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've met so many people in the business since I started. I've been in the business for now going on 2 years. And I mean, from the young Verizon guy to the full-blown listing agent now, I mean, I've met and I made a bunch of friends, realtors, loan officers, title officers, and a bunch of people that you work alongside with, which is pretty good.
So who has been some of your biggest mentors when it's come to real estate?
So I'm gonna do a few name drops. I want to put them out there. They've helped me out in the different parts of this whole process when it comes to, of course, Manny Carrera.
Yeah.
It was an inspiration. Jesus Villanueva was one of them, because I would always ask him. I would always be hanging out with him. And then when I started Saratoga, there was this other realtor now. His name's Luis Ramirez. He kind of took me under his wing when I was there, because when I started Saratoga, I wasn't doing that good. Like I was struggling with that transition from selling a phone to a home, and it was rough. So, but thanks to him, he took me under his wing. He kind of showed me how to talk, how to, because it's different.
Yeah.
And so he helped me out a lot. And then after that, another realtor was Alex Cordova. So I learned under him for a little while. Mario Ayala as well.
I love him too.
I was with Point for a while. I learned a lot. he kind of introduced me, because I was still, when I was there, I was a builder's rep and I was barely getting my license. So he introduced me to the realtor game.
Yeah.
Like certain things, like when I had my first client, and now it wasn't not just going to show Point, but I was going to show many other builders. The first time I went at it, I kind of didn't know how to set up my appointments, and I was driving up and down, and you have to, like, when you're doing resales or anything like that, you have to coordinate it on your GPS. You have to set up a little map, because if not, it's going to take forever, and you want to seem like you know what you're doing when you're driving around with your client.
Yeah, and then if you have like a shady neighborhood, you can go through the other side.
I was literally driving like it took me like the whole day to show like 4 homes. And I was like, wow, this is harder than I thought. Because before I was only one builder, you know?
I feel like a lot of the realtors that are really good either started off at Saratoga, the top ones, and then also did cell phone sales as well. What was the biggest transition that you had to learn between cell phone and the house like selling?
Patience.
Yeah.
Because in the cell phone business, you're trained to do the sell then and there, whatever you have to do.
Yeah.
You do the sell there, and you know, maybe it's just another, but this is somebody's home.
Yeah.
This is somebody's home. This is somebody's dream. This is somebody's aspiration, you know, that they've been wanting their whole life. So you have to be very patient with that. You have to be, sometimes maybe their credit's not where it needs to be, and you need to wait 6 months for them to get the credit up and then get them a home. Or sometimes they're very picky.
Yeah.
And you have to be patient. You have to show them everything. Maybe show them twice, 3 times until they finally find that home and they're comfortable. Because they have to know and fall in love with their house.
Yeah.
In order to go through, because of the process in itself. Once you find your home, then there's a loan process, which is a stressful process as it is.
Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of times you are you're the therapist, you're the counselor, you're the credit repair, and I think each situation with a client's completely different. So it does take patience to walk them through the whole buying process of a home.
Yes.
Because it's not an easy thing. Or
Not
selling or listing on the side, on your listing side as well. I'm sure that is not easy either.
And then another person I look up to, just because I didn't mention him, was now Mrs. Laura Lloyd, which she took me under my wing. She's been in the business for a long time. So now she's showing me the listing side, like being a listing agent. It's still very similar to being a builder's rep, but it's not. You're a listing agent now. And also maybe doing listing resales, going to resale. So she's showing me a lot of the other side of the real estate.
Which one do you like more? Are you like getting into more?
I like all aspects of it.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. I mean, listings are good. They're cool because you're basically getting other people to come look at the house. I like doing open houses.
Yeah.
On resales. So I love that. I love like door knocking, going to neighbors, hey, I'm selling this house. If you know anybody, come here and bring them in the weekend. But then I'm very good in the new home construction because I've been doing it for so long. It's easy. You know, you have a client come in, you get on the MLS, you kind of find what they're looking for, and then you go in and take them to see and explain why it's better for them to have a realtor than do it by their own.
So what's some of your biggest advice for anyone that's looking to get a house?
Biggest advice, always get pre-qualified first.
Okay.
Because you don't know what your credit is. There's many things that will disqualify you. There's different criterias you have to meet. And of course, you want to go in to the home search knowing what you qualify for and what payment you're comfortable with. Because you can look at a $500,000 home, but you want to be able to, for one, afford it.
Yeah.
And for two, to qualify for it.
Well, and you don't
So that's important to me, like pre-qualification, and then not settling for any home. You want to make sure you're as picky as you want to be because this is your dream home.
Yeah. Well, and I think the thing is too, sometimes people just because you are approved for like a $500,000 house doesn't mean you should get that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, because then you don't have a lifestyle. Then you can't go to Vegas with your friends on a bachelor party or bachelorette party, or you can't take that trip to Italy that you want to take to. You want to be able to have your home and have a life. As well.
Mm-hmm. And I think the other thing that I hear a lot of, because I mean I'm friends with a bunch of realtors, obviously, is Zillow. How they're like, you see a client that's like, oh, this $500,000 house is only $2,000 a month for the mortgage that it's pulling up on Zillow, and you have to re-educate them about the home buying process, that it's not like that.
That's where the patience comes in hand.
You're like, that's where we have to have a little bit more patience.
Yes, and then just be like, okay, I see what you're saying, but this is how it works. This is what you got to do.
Exactly. So now we're done with the boring stuff. Now we get to know you.
Me as a person.
You as a person.
Yeah,
we need to get down to the nitty gritty.
I'm nervous.
I'm like, ex-girlfriends, like, let's go.
Oh, wow.
How would people describe you?
People, and I actually asked my girlfriend yesterday for this. She says I'm very outspoken. So I don't like to keep my mouth shut. You know, something, I can't keep my mouth shut. I like to speak my mind. I'm very friendly. And I'm also very outgoing, okay? Very approachable, things like that. But she said the main thing is I was very outspoken and maybe a little terco. She threw that in there.
Of course, it can't all be positive.
I mean, I would seem bad if I didn't bash myself.
Yeah, you're like, just a little bit. It's fine. So what is your your main word to describe yourself is outgoing, pretty much.
I would say self-driven.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
self-driven. Just because I'm very hyperactive, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
And so I can't be still. So like I'll be thinking of different ways to market or get clients or things like that. So I can't just not be doing nothing.
What got you to be so self-driven?
I guess it's just because I'm hyper.
Yeah.
So I can't be still. Like I just rather go get clients. I hate being bored.
Yeah.
Is the main thing. So I'd rather go to work and try to get clients, try to help them out. Go to loan applications, just keep myself busy.
Yeah. And how do you unwind after?
I love to unwind. I'm your typical person. I like to go to a bar, maybe have a few drinks. Malolam, shout out. I love Malolam. It's my bar. I also like to go to eat. So that's my thing. Yeah. Going to eat like at fancy or good restaurants is my favorite thing. I like going downtown El Paso. It's making a comeback and I love it.
Yeah. Because
before it had died out, I remember as a little kid, downtown El Paso was like, busy with business people. I even remember in the plaza it had a McDonald's or a Burger King. I'm not too sure. It had something.
Yeah.
And then it had died out completely. But now it's making a resurgence and I love that. So I go to like different restaurants. Like I like going to the District Coffee is one of my favorite restaurant
I've never tried it yet.
Love District Coffee.
Really?
In downtown El Paso. I like to go to Básico, right there, the downtown one. I like to go, I want to go try out Delight because I saw it came out on the Food Channel.
I've never seen
with papusas. And I've been to Mamacitas.
Mamacitas is good.
Yeah.
I went there actually a couple weeks ago. And that place is really good. Their coffee, I had their charcoal latte.
I haven't had that one yet.
It's really good. So I would highly recommend that.
Okay. I had to try it
I'm
out.
like, that's a good recommendation. So what's some of your favorite restaurants downtown?
My favorite so far that I love, I like going to eat there. And because, it would be so far, I would say Mamacitas, just for like the breakfast.
Yeah.
Just for the breakfast. Because usually I go during the day, not at night. But favorite restaurant in El Paso is, I like fancy, is Mesa Grill.
Yeah. Oh, Mesa's pretty good too.
Yeah.
I haven't been there in forever. I always forget about that place. But I think because it's not like close to where I live and it's like, it just doesn't pop into my mind, but that place is always good.
Yeah, so I'm always out, either having a drink. After a stressful day, sometimes you do need to have a drink, especially in this business. And then I like to go eat. I'm a big foodie.
Yeah, me too. Same here. That's how you get to go out and everything. Do you like Cafe Central a lot?
I do. I'm actually going to go there this weekend.
Oh, you'll love it.
It's my girlfriend's birthday, so happy birthday, Vanessa. Future birthday, a little shout out to her. I'm going to get some reservations at Cafe Central. Definitely.
She'll like it. Have you been or no?
Yes, I've been there before.
Okay, yeah, the green chili soup and everything is legit.
I've been trying that one. I've been trying that green chili soup. It's pretty good. So hopefully she likes it. I'm like last minute shopping. I'm like,
I know, guys.
It's
what
hard.
is it with guys
It's
being
hard.
last minute? Girls are easy.
You're complicated.
Makeup, jewelry, like it's not
easy. Like
a handbag. You get a Louis Vuitton.
I can go get a perfume, and I don't know if she's gonna like it or not because you guys are very picky. I can go get clothes, and you might hate the clothes I get for you. You know?
I'm telling you.
It's like you want to get them a gift card, but then you're gonna be like, I suck as a boyfriend, you know? So it's like
you cannot do that. No.
No.
Then you'll be in the doghouse.
Exactly. So now you see my dilemma. Why it's
No,
like last
just
minute.
get her like
It's
a
crunch time.
Louis or
It's crunch.
something like that, and you'll be fine.
I don't even know how to pick that out. I'm just like you make it seem like it's whatever, but like I could pick the wrong purse and you're never gonna wear it.
There's not a wrong Louis, I promise. You go online, you search Louis, there's not a wrong Louis.
Guys are very simple.
No, they're not. It's hard to buy for.
Explain. I gotta find out how it's hard.
Well, I think it's hard because it's like, what clothes do you get them, or what do they like? If they don't like jewelry, like for Justin, for example, my husband, it's very hard to figure out what he wants because he's really like outdoorsy and stuff, and I don't know what gun to get him, or I don't know what, I guess, supplies he needs for hunting and all that stuff. So I'm like, with me, just go to Tiffany's and just pick out a necklace, and then I'm happy. Like, it's not that hard. I try to make it as easy as possible, but he says the same thing.
I got you. So I guess it's you know,
it works both
different
ways.
things.
So I actually have on Twitter, I get asked 6 random hot topic questions to ask my guests. So I have 6 that you don't know about.
Oh man. Wow.
And so we'll pull them up. So, what are your pet peeves?
What are my pet peeves? People who like were in public or something and they don't know how to walk.
Really?
The reason, let me elaborate.
Please
because
elaborate.
You're like, what's up with this guy? I was in the military, so it's very like if you're walking this way, you walk on the right side. If you're walking this way, you walk on the left side, right?
Okay.
And in public, people are just, it's very, it's chaos.
Yeah.
And then they're bumping into you, they're on their phone or something. Things like that set me off, or somebody being indecisive.
Yeah.
Man, Nancy, I was like, dude, like, make up your mind already. So that's the thing about my girlfriend. I have to call her out. She's very, like, I can ask her what restaurant she wants. And it's like, it'll take 30 to an hour for her to make up her mind.
That's every couple. You'll be like, okay, what do you want for dinner? Or where do you want to go? I don't care. Where do you want to go? I don't care. And then it just starts.
And then you in it, well, like, it's just, so those kind of things, they really irk me. Especially, like, when people bump into me because they're not paying attention. Because I guess it's just the military in me, like the ex-military, where like you know how to walk.
Yeah.
Little things like that.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Now
especially massive crowds. It's I can't handle them. I'll be there for like 10 minutes. Like I went to this Christmas thing in downtown El Paso when they lit the tree up, and I could only take it for so long, and I was just like, I need to leave.
You're like, no.
And I mean, I actually went to New York to Times Square to see the ball drop.
Yeah.
And there was millions of people, and it was like, and I lasted like 10 hours. But here in El Paso, it was just like,
You're like, come on now. Well, it's like when people drive like on the left side slow. I get it. So
yes.
It's kind of like that, right? Like, well, I might be that person that is on the phone or distracted.
There you go. Now you know something new about me. Please learn how to walk.
What is your hidden talent?
Hidden talent. It's a good one. I haven't been asked that. Wow, you threw a little curveball at me.
These are 6 random questions. So.
I wouldn't even know what to say. Like, I think I'm very out there, so I don't even have anything hidden.
Yeah.
That I'm good at, you know. I wouldn't say. I don't know how to answer to that one.
Huh.
That one throws me off.
That one throws you off? Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite book, movie, and TV series?
Okay, so book. I have to elaborate on that one just because there's a story behind it.
Okay.
So when it comes, I hate reading books. I'm not a book guy, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not a book guy. But when I was in middle school, there was this English teacher. Her name was, I think, Mrs. Pavon, and she made us read. You know how they make you read books?
Yeah.
She made us read these books by an author, but these books were different. Like they had like really good stories, and they're very interesting. I think his name is Ray Bradbury, or Ray Bradbury. If I'm getting his name wrong. But one of them's The Sound of Thunder, and the other one's A Kaleidoscope. Mm-hmm. And what she did, I'll talk about the Kaleidoscope one first, is that's about astronauts in space, and their ship gets destroyed, and then they're just like floating apart from each other, and then they're eventually dying off because they're going to different planets and stuff like that. So what she did, she made us read that book, and then she made us hear Rocket Man by Elton John. So it was cool because I love music. I'm a music guy. Any kind of music from oldies all the way up to the new, I listen to everything. So she made me like the song and the book at the same time because she put them together.
Yeah.
And then the other one is The Sound of Thunder is about time travel. So I'm big on time travel. I love that. I'm fascinated by that.
So, and then the movie, your favorite movie?
Movie, I am a movie buff, so I love all kinds of movies. So I'll just throw some few movies out there. I'm a big Star Wars fan.
Oh, I am too.
I am a Star Wars nerd. Sorry guys, it's the way I am. I love Back to the Future. So like trilogies, I'm big on Back to the Future, and I like good end of the world movies like I Am Legend and different things like that. But mob movies overall, I would have to say Goodfellas is the best.
Really?
Yeah. So like I have different genres, different.
Do you like chick
movies.
flicks?
I do see chick flicks. I have an older sister, so that's why I see chick flicks. I would see them with her. Yes, I'm not lying. But I like The Notebook.
Oh yeah, that one.
My girlfriend, when I ask her what restaurant she wants, reminds me of The Notebook because it's like, what do you want? What do you want? I could be like that for an hour. It's like that scene. I live it every time I ask her what restaurant she wants.
You're like, well, it's like that meme. Justin would always send me that meme. He's like, this is how you are when we ask. But I'm not picky. He is. So that's why with us it's different because I'm like, I'll throw out all these options and he's like, no, I don't want that. No, I don't like that. And so I'm like, well, then you figure it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gotcha. And your favorite TV series?
I have a few. So like I was really like, and they go in and out. They go in and out. Because sometimes TV shows are really good at the beginning and then they like die out.
Yeah.
So I like, one of them was The Walking Dead. I was one of those guys that would be there on Sunday watching The Walking Dead and then watching the after show, Talking Dead.
Yeah.
And then Narcos Mexico.
Oh, that one's a good one too.
I can never skip the intro. I love the intro song. It's the best. And then also I was a big, I still am a big fan of the Jersey Shore. So that's like my reality
Oh
TV
yeah.
show.
Oh.
It's because they're really lovable people. Like those people
Yeah.
that I kind of like, I started watching them in high school.
Yeah.
And so they've grown up and I've grown up. So like, they're still really cool. Like I like keeping up with them.
Well, you're talking to the biggest reality TV junkie, so it's all good.
I can't stand the Kardashians.
Oh really? I love it.
Dude, my girlfriend loves it. I literally want to throw it when I see it.
Well, and now Narcos, their season 2 is out.
Yes.
So I haven't had a chance to watch it.
Oh, you have to watch it. Guys, you have to watch it.
But yeah, so I haven't had a chance, but I'm definitely will be on that. And Walking Dead, I actually was the same way. I watched it and then like the last 3 seasons, I'm like, okay, they moved to a place.
Well, once Rick died,
I didn't even see that part because I started getting annoyed with it.
No, he didn't die. He like survived, but once he left the show, it was it for me. Like
you were like,
I was the big Rick, the sheriff.
Like no. Well, I just was like, okay, how long are they gonna keep this going? What is your favorite food?
Okay, favorite food. It depends on the day.
Yeah.
But I have a few favorites. Like, how can you have one favorite food in the whole world? It's like it's hard. Like you gotta. Every day you feel different. Every day you're craving something different. But it's gonna be wings, and I have a whole category of like El Paso's best wings.
Which ones are some of your?
All right, let's talk, guys.
Let's do it.
This is my personal ranking
person.
system when it comes to wings, and I remember I'm a food connoisseur. So I mean, if you don't agree with me, well, I guess go try the spots. But number one, so far still, it's track one.
You know what? I haven't tried them in a long time.
Oh, you gotta try it. And I could describe it to you guys. I mean, they're big, they're perfect. Second place, and it recently got there, is it's pineapple habanero wings from Ojos Locos, and you're like, what? Ojos Locos, like a bar?
Yeah.
No, it's like pineapple, it's habanero, and it's perfect.
Huh.
So that's second place now, and it's in first, like possibly trying to take out first, and then third would be the mango habanero wings from Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, I haven't tried those either.
Oh, you have to. You have to. They're spicy and good. And then in fourth place, it's Hooters, and then fifth, it's Wingstop.
Oh, have you tried the Union wings?
Yeah, they're small. I think they're very small. I'm not impressed by them.
Oh my gosh, they're the fried ones, the mega fried ones.
No offense, Union. I don't want you to ban me from there, but
you're like,
I'm sorry, I'm not impressed.
I'm addicted to those, but I have to try the track ones.
Oh, I used to literally go there for my birthday every year.
So you were like, that's your
that
wings,
was my spot.
And what else is your favorite?
Steak.
Okay.
Steak. I can eat
steak.
Mesa Grill steak. That's why I like
Really?
Mesa Grill. Like you'd be like, you can go to a steakhouse, but no, like the Mesa Grill has one of the best steaks in El Paso. There, and then finally, Something that I love since I was a little kid is spaghetti and meatballs. And you're like, that's like little kid food, but no, like I'll go to like the most fancy Italian restaurant and I want like professional made meatballs with the pasta and the sauce, and I get really into the Italian food.
So where do you go for Italian here?
Italian here, I've been to Little Italy. So Italian here is good, but it's not Little Italy.
Yeah.
I last place I went with my girlfriend was Mapiaci, I think it's called. I sorry I killed your name. But I liked it.
Yeah, because he actually is from Italy too, so he cooks. He cooks authentic Italian. That's what he says. So I'm like, okay.
I can talk. See, I love food. I can talk about food for hours.
Mexican food?
Oh, Mexican food. So
I'm like, you're leaving
how do I put this?
Our people out?
Mexican food. There's a lot of Mexican. So for one, I can't stand Tex-Mex.
Yeah.
It's good, but when I went to San Antonio, they were calling it Mexican food.
And you're like,
and it's like, there's no way that's Mexican food. That's Tex-Mex. That's a different thing. Please don't insult my food. So Mexican food, I guess your mom makes the best Mexican food.
Yeah.
I can't pick a Mexican restaurant because they're all pretty good here in El Paso. When it comes to tacos, I am very passionate about, just because my family has a taqueria in Juarez.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So my grandpa started a taqueria, and I'm passionate about tacos. So if you have one of those Americanized tacos, don't even come at me. Like I can't stand you. I'm more of the traditional, just a little tortilla, por orden, with just sauce. Please don't put any cheese or anything that's American.
Yeah.
It makes me mad.
Really?
It makes you, that's you're changing perfection, I think.
So since you know the tacos, what's some of the good ones here?
Good ones here that's authentic, like good. I like going to, and me, I'm a taco truck kind of guy.
Yeah.
Because that's like authentic street tacos in Juarez. So I got a shout out my taqueria for my family. Tacos Don Chicho. It's that blue truck right there on Zaragoza. Right behind where Born and Raised used to be at. Because my taqueria is usually in Juarez, so I have to give them a shout out. Other tacos like Tacos on Cuco is good.
Oh, that place is really good too.
And I would have to say I like La Pila. What's its name? Came from Juarez. It's the Cometa. So Cometa has a good flautas, but the tacos, the asadero or the alambre, dude.
And that place is always packed.
Always packed. It could be 3 a.m. and it's packed.
Oh my! I haven't been there at 3, but it's like that's one of me and Justin's favorite places to go. And so he's like, "Can you pick up food from there?" And I hate doing it because he wants like all the salsas, and so I'm like in line fighting with everyone trying to get all the salsas.
I'm gonna get a little refreshment because I'm
go for it. Yeah, go for it.
But keep the questions coming about food. I could talk all day.
You can talk about food all day. So actually, and you know what? I'm gonna get your phone for this because I'm gonna ask you what's the last thing you Googled on your phone before this interview. Let's see. So I'm looking at. So it's Stuart Title actually is the search, and then your song Somewhere Out There in the City. So
yeah, I Google searched that song because it came out on Narcos, and it's also a song that comes out. I'm a movie buff, right? It comes out on The Warriors.
Huh. Well, that's not too
So
bad.
I played it in my car. I'm a music buff.
So you're like, well, continue your refreshment.
Oh.
So what is your favorite holiday?
Favorite holiday? That's a good one. That's another curveball. When I was a little kid, it used to be Christmas. But as you grow up, Christmas is still cool. It's still about being about the family, but I feel like it's too commercial. It's too a bunch of gifts. Like I have to give you a gift instead of like showing you, hey, you mean this much to me. Favorite holiday after that would be Thanksgiving because I love to eat.
Yeah, well, that's a good. Well, I think too, like Christmas. Well, when you have kids, you'll understand. It's so much pressure on parents and families for like getting them the best gift and running around doing all the holiday stuff that you really miss out on the true meaning of it, which I feel. So I'm with you. I think Thanksgiving's great because you just really you cook a good meal and you enjoy each other's company.
You're more thankful for so it's all about being thankful.
Yeah.
For your family and like any kind of BS. I mean, because I have 3 brothers and 1 sister, so I argue with them a lot. Trust me. I mean, my girlfriend told you I'm very terco and I'm very outspoken, so you can imagine how that goes. But it's one of those days where you guys come along.
Yeah.
There's no gift giving. Like, you don't give, at least my family doesn't give gifts in Thanksgiving. And it's just all about eating, being happy, watching the Dallas Cowboys. Big shout out to the Dallas Cowboys right there. America's team. And just being thankful for your family, you know? Because life is crazy. I mean, Kobe Bryant,
That's
people
true.
one day can be here and the next day they can't. So you're thankful for everything in life and you're thankful for your family.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about Thanksgiving? What's your favorite thing to eat?
Eating. Oh, eat?
Yeah. Since you're a food guy.
Turkey, but when I went to North Carolina, I had never tried this before. It's called green bean casserole.
Oh, you never had that?
Before I went to North Carolina, I guess I'm super Mexican. It wasn't a thing we made.
Yeah.
Right? So I was in North Carolina. I was there by myself. I had no friends and family. And people would invite me to Thanksgiving dinners, but I ended up just ordering a pizza. A little sad story about that Thanksgiving. Anywho, when I was in this place, I worked in my Verizon store in a Costco. They give out samples.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is this? And then I tried the green bean casserole and I fell in love.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I had never had it.
You know what though, I will say, because like Justin's Anglo and I'm Mexican, so we talk about what we grew up eating a lot of. And so he actually loves all the Mexican food and stuff. And I don't like salsa and spicy food.
That's a sin.
I know,
That's
I'm a bad Mexican.
I'm
I
sorry.
am a bad Mexican. And then the other thing that I was asking him, like, because I didn't grow up eating like meatloaf or casseroles, and that's what he was like, yeah, we had casseroles, we had this stuff. So it's funny to see like culturally how different even like us growing up.
When I think about meatloaf, I think about like a bunch of stuff just put together.
I know, it's
kind of like how
gross.
you think about capirotada,
Yeah.
which is like this is just a bunch of stuff put together. It's
Yeah.
like you eat it on Easter, I think Easter, and they just put a bunch of I would call it leftovers and put them together.
Yeah, but so it's just funny how culturally, just depending on where you are, you might not taste like the green bean casserole and all that stuff, but that's hilarious. So what are some of your goals for this upcoming years to come?
So upcoming years, and I believe in the law of attraction. So I don't care how crazy my goal is or anything like that.
Gotta put it out there.
I put it out there for
Yeah.
the world to see. I get that from my role model, Conor McGregor. But so my ultimate goal right now in life is I already became a realtor. I became a listing agent. I want to grow my brand in El Paso as much as I can. But eventually, I want to make the transition to go live in New York and be a realtor out there.
Oh, that would be awesome.
In the Big Apple, the big leagues, I call it.
Yeah. Well, do you know Rick Moreno?
Rick, I think, yeah.
He's cool. He has he went to school at NYU out there, and so he's got like all the connects, and he's got a really cool background. And now he's a broker, but he does the Airbnbs and stuff. So he's got a really cool like background. You should definitely hit him up if you're looking at New York. Yeah,
I'm not that
really
familiar
cool
with him, but
guy.
I'll try to reach out to him because that is my ultimate goal, to be out there with super tight suited dudes with the slick back hair. I have it today. I made my hair slick.
You're
back.
like, I'm ready to go.
I'm
Do
ready
you
to
watch
go.
that $1 Million Listing?
I actually don't.
What?
You'd be surprised. Like a lot of people are like, do you watch this? Do you watch that about real estate? I don't, just because I love what I do, but I don't look like people are into Grant Cardone and who else is like a real estate guru that they look up to.
The Altman Brothers?
Like different people like
Yeah.
that. People look up to them, and I don't look up to them. I look up to Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
And people are like, what? He's so brash. He's a smack talker. I don't
Yeah.
want to say shit talker, but he's
Yeah,
a
you
smack.
can say whatever you want.
Oh, okay. He's a shit talker. He's cocky. He is, but I appreciate how he made me believe in the law of attraction.
Yeah.
So the way he got into it is his sister, because he was always in fighting, right? Gave him a book about the law of attraction.
Mm-hmm.
And he read it and it changed his life. So before he got in the UFC, he was actually collecting welfare checks.
I didn't know
A lot of
that.
people don't know that. He was on welfare in Ireland. And he always said, hey, I'm going to be, there's even videos of him saying, hey, you'll see me in the UFC one day. I'll be the champ. And and they would laugh at him.
Mm-hmm.
And then sure enough, he put it out there and he got it.
Yeah.
He proved everybody wrong. And I think he's one of the best fighters in the world and to ever be in the UFC. So he inspires me to believe in myself and to put my stuff out there and just visualize it and put it out there.
Yeah.
and hit my goals. And I have. I mean, a lot of the goals that I set up for myself, as in being a realtor, being a listing agent, I put those in my, I do yearly, what do you call them? Vision charts?
Yeah.
The vision chart in the beginning of the year, I do that, and I hit a lot of those goals.
That's awesome. Well, I think because the thing is you have to visualize your goals too. It's like with any sports person like Conor McGregor, he visualizes winning the fight. Or,
yes.
They visualize it because they know if they visualize it, they can get it done. And I think that's what you have to do in life in order to progress. Because if you don't, and if you don't have any goals, I feel like you just kind of don't go anywhere either.
Another thing that I want to focus on is, because you inspire me and Manny Carrera inspires me, right? You guys have your podcasts and things like that. I want to do not a podcast, but like different videos on why El Paso. I want to name it Why El Paso, because I feel like everybody's always talking smack like, I can't wait to get out of El Paso. It's so boring. It's so lame. There's nothing to do. But I love El Paso. And the reason why I love El Paso is because I actually left it. I was in North Carolina by myself. So now that I came back to El Paso, I appreciate everything about it. I appreciate the people. I love the people. We're so friendly. There's no racism here. None of that. Because I went to the South, so there was that out there. The food is amazing. It's just a beautiful culture. Mm-hmm. And so I want to do like little videos on why you should live in El Paso. Like go to like, if you're a hip 20-year-old and you're single and you want to be a bachelor, like this is where you want to live. This is where you want to hang out. This is where you want to go eat. And expose everything about El Paso, the awesome restaurants. I think we have a young, hip, thriving culture that, I mean, we're getting out there and we're making a name for ourselves. I mean, we have Khalid getting out of El Paso. We have Aaron Jones. And we should take a lot of pride in that. El Paso's getting exposed really good. Unfortunately, there was a bad thing that happened and breaks my heart. I think it broke everybody's heart in August. I think it was August 3rd or August 8th. August 3rd. But I want everybody to see the beauty that I see of El Paso, because I genuinely love El Paso. Even though I want to go out and eventually that's my dream to live in New York, El Paso is always going to be my home and my heart.
And I think that's a great idea. I think people, like that restaurant you're talking downtown that I never, Lightning or?
A Delight and Mamacitas and all these.
Yeah, I think people don't know those.
All these cool bars, like there's like 1922, there's a Berkeley, there's the Plaza Hotels coming back. Yeah. So have you seen the Amber Bar there?
No.
Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. So I go to downtown so much that I've actually walked outside. It's a beautiful bar, and then they're gonna have a rooftop bar.
That's gonna be awesome. Yeah, I think that I just think all that bringing awareness to what there is to do, because people always say like,
it hurts my heart when they bash it, you know, because I've been outside of El Paso.
Yeah. So what's something that people don't know about you?
Something that people don't know about me. And I went through this already. People don't know, even though I love to travel, I love to eat. I've been to many places in the world when it comes to New York. And I mean, just because of the Army and things like that. I hate, with a passion, I'm terrified of flying.
Really?
I can't stand flying. So when I fly, this is the only thing that puts me through it, because I can't even fall asleep. I'm so terrified. I'm so petrified. If the plane even shakes a little, I'm holding on for dear life. So I have to drink on an airplane in order for me to be at least a little bit relaxed.
Really?
At least a little bit, because I am terrified of it. But that doesn't send me back. I still conquer my fears and I still travel, but it's not an easy experience. I wish something would make it easy, but it's not. So I'm very terrified of flying.
Do you take anything for it?
Jack and Coke.
Well, you're like, besides the Jack and Coke?
I don't take anything, no. Just Jack and Coke.
You're like, then it works. So how many do you have to have before you're like...
Two on the airplane, and I pour the whole bottle, and then I drink it, and then I'm trying to chug it, just because I am like, when the takeoff, any kind of slight turn, and you know how airplanes are.
Yeah.
I can't. I even get anxious. Like before I fly, I'm so anxious I can't even sleep the night before.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know, you know. But I've done it so much. I've done it multiple times.
But you have your routine of what you do to get prepared for it. Oh my gosh. So what part, because you said you were in North Carolina. How long were you in North Carolina?
I was there for 2 years.
2 years.
And I lived in, it's called Mooresville. Mm-hmm. You say it like that because there's Mooresville in North Carolina, and there's Mooresville, because that's how they pronounce it, which is, or it's called Lake Norman, which is a small little, like, it's kind of like a Clint next to Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah. And
it's like a lake. So I lived on a lake, like a fancy little lake where everybody goes and retires. But it's like the main thing, I lived in Charlotte, North
Okay.
Carolina.
Did you like it? Because I've heard really good things about it.
I loved it. Beautiful scenery. Like the backyard of my apartment over there was the forest. I could see Bambi running around. I could see everything. It was beautiful. The people were different. That's just where I'll leave it. The people were very different, and I mean, of course, I was by myself, but it's a different culture.
Yeah,
It was beautiful, but I love El Paso better.
Oh, well, that's good. What are some of the things that you bring from military to your work now that tie you?
Well, just that is that my phone?
Yeah, that's your phone.
I'm sorry, guys. That was a mistake.
But, I had you bring it out, so.
Yeah. Just the discipline, waking up, going to appointments, being on time, walking in the right side of the road. Not kidding.
Well, now I'm gonna be more aware of that because I'm horrible.
I can't stand that people are on their phone. It's pet peeve, and it happens in mass crowds.
Oh my gosh. No, I mean, I don't do it in mass crowds, but I mean, I always am distracted with like work or someone always, there's always a fire going on that I'm always having to do. So now I will be more aware of that.
And also I could relate to those military clients that are getting home. You know, I know their lifestyle more than other people. You know? I know what it is to get stationed here and just what they go through. So I relate to them.
Yeah. Well, so when you get a military client, where do you get most of your clients from? The Fort Bliss or?
When I get a military client, it's honestly most of the times it's walk-ins and on social media. But Fort Bliss is a hard nut to crack because you have to pay to be into Fort Bliss. Like the ads and things like that, you have to pay a pretty amount of money to the MWR.
Oh my god.
It's a business.
I didn't know that.
Calling it out.
How has social media helped your brand? Are you a big fan of social media?
I am a bit. I mean, social media is the way of the future.
Mm-hmm.
It's not newspapers anymore.
No.
Social media is the way of the future. I mean, I used to remember real estate people back in the day, and it's changing everything now.
Well, Daisy, when she started, she was like, she said she was like in her 20s when she first started, and she was like, you'd see all the agents on the newspaper and stuff. So it's just crazy how much it's transitioned now with the social media and all the things that you're having to do, which I think it's actually better because people have more access to information as far as like the home information, but I do know it's like another job in itself.
Yeah.
So are you more of a solo person or a team player?
So I can be both.
Mm-hmm.
I can be a team player, but I'll be honest with you, I'm more of a solo person. Okay. I like doing things on my own and just doing everything on my own. I have my certain way of doing things.
Well, and I think that's why you like real estate because it's like self-driven. You're doing your own thing and that sort of thing. So that helps out. So what makes you nervous?
What makes me nervous? And I'll be honest, I'm going to be frank right now. It would be flying.
Yeah.
So flying makes me nervous. And right now, it's the coronavirus.
Really?
Just throwing it out there. The coronavirus makes me nervous. Because that could be a pandemic.
Oh my God. Well.
And there's always a few pandemics every few years. And it's like crazy how it's like spreading across the world so fast.
I'm not even
phased by it?
No, it's dormant in my kids, for God's sakes, because they bring home everything. So I'm just like, meh.
I had to throw it out there because it's a real thing.
Yeah, it is. So hey, that's what you're nervous about. So it's all good. Well, I want to say thank you so much for being on the show. I got to learn so much about you, and I'm excited for you to be on it, and excited for the future of what you have coming.
Yeah, no, me too. I'm excited for the future. Cheers to the really cool podcast. Thank you, Victoria, for having me on.
You're welcome.
Hopefully people get to know me a little bit better.